Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Nitu's World. So today in this video I'm going to discuss and explain a brief summary of Muna Madan, which is written by Lakshmi Prasad Devkota. So Muna Madan is a short epic which is written by Lakshmi Prasad Devkota. He was born in 1909 in Kathmandu, Nepal, and died in 1956. And the main theme or the central idea of this epic is the obligation of the Nepalese people to leave their family and homeland to earn money, and the realization in comparison to family, love, and one's country, money is nothing. So before we start summary, at first we should know the poet's background. So I'm going to discuss poet's background in brief. So Muna Madan it is written by Lakshmi Prasad Devkota. Devkota was born at Dovidara in Kathmandu. He started writing from a very early age in life. At the age of 10, he wrote his first couplet in Nepali. His early works were influenced by English romantic poets, essayists, and novelists such as William Wordsworth, Alfred Lord Tennyson, John Keats, P.B. Shelley, Charles Lamb, etc. Similarly, he appreciated Rabindranath Tagore and also other Indian romantic poets of his time. So today he is regarded as Mahakavi or great poet for his great body of powerful poetry and significant contributions in Nepali and English literatures. So Muna Madan, which we are going to read. Muna Madan is a short epic narrative by the poet Lakshmi Prasad Devkota and one of the most popular works in Nepali literature. So now let's discuss our summary. Madan and Muna and Madan are a husband and wife who live in Kathmandu. Financially not well off, Madan finds it difficult to feed his wife and mother and thus plans to set out with his friends to find work in Tibet. After thousands of words of discouragement from his wife Muna, Madan sets out for Tibet, promising to be back home after only a few weeks in Lhasa. So having earned enough to stave off poverty, Madan becomes entranced by the city's beauty. Suddenly, however, he suffers reservations and hurriedly starts for home. On the way back, he falls sick. He is unable to walk, but fortunately, he is rescued by a Tibetan who treats him very well. He does everything for the improvement of his health and brings him back to life. In return for his services, Madan offers him a gold, which the Tibetan refuses, saying that gold is no value in comparison to humanity, because he says that he does only for the sake of humanity. On the other hand, Muna waits desperately for Madan but loses hope for his return. When Madan reached home, he finds that his mother and wife have passed away. The bags of gold he brought from Tibet are of no use to him now that he cannot find his loved ones. He decides that he cannot endure without his loved ones and follows them. Munamadan touches everyone's hearts with tears and laughter. It has all the pains and sufferings and equally pleasures and joys. It describes the life of a man who leaves his wife and goes abroad to make money, and while returning he becomes sick on the way. His friends leave him on the road and come back home saying he died on the way. It also shows the life of a poor woman who suffered much without her husband and later dies because of grief, so she cannot tolerate it. When Madan returns back after being healthy, he discovers that his dear wife is dead and grief surrounds him. Madan comes to realize that money is of no value at that point. So, in this poem, Lakshmi Prasad Devkota writes that greatness is not measured by one's race but by their deeds. Because the Tibetan serves him selflessly without expecting anything in return. He does only for the sake of humanity. So Munamadan is perhaps the most powerful of all works of Lakshmi Prasad Devkota. Although Devkota has written many books, including some of his masterpieces, he loved Munamadan the best because it touches his heart. It is said that Devkota, when he was in deathbed at the final moment of his life, had asked his friends and relatives to preserve Munamadan even if all other works were to be burnt. So keep watching my videos. Thank you and bye bye.